Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's evening of D&D. We're starting a new show, lots of new faces around me, and we're going to be playing Chaos in the Collection. I'm Emma, I'll be your DM for this evening, and we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. For anyone here who hasn't encountered Dungeons & Dragons before, everyone around me is playing characters in a fantasy role-playing game. They have sheets in front of them that describe what their characters are good at and maybe what their characters are not so great at. And they'll be rolling 20-sided dice to see how well they do what they set out to achieve. 20s are fantastic, 1s are not great. And I'll be playing everything else in the world, so any NPCs they encounter, the scenery, houses, random floating magic objects, all that kind of stuff is my responsibility. And together we will be telling a story. I'm gender fluid, I use the pronouns em or Emma. And I'm going to give our players a chance to introduce themselves. If you could introduce yourself and your pronouns, but maybe leave your characters for now, and we'll encounter them as we encounter them in story. So tonight we're starting with Nat.
Hello, I am Nat, and I use she, her pronouns.
And Chrissy.
I am Chrissy, I use she, her pronouns.
And Johnny?
I'm Johnny, I use he, him pronouns.
Lola.
Hi, I'm Lola, and I use they, she pronouns.
And then B.
Hi, I'm V, and I use she, her pronouns.
Feels really redundant when I say your name and then you repeat it, but it's usually you introduce your character there. This stream is going to run for 3 hours. There'll be a break somewhere in the middle, but we're improvising, so we'll see where the break comes when we get to it. That'll be about 5 or 10 minutes. I will introduce you to our lovely sponsors and supporters. I'll start with our sponsors. We're delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offer fully customizable tabletop miniatures. There is an online character builder where you can go and you can create exactly what you want, almost, for your mini. And then you can either just keep the image because you like it, or you can get it sent to you. And they will print it either in non-colored resin, so you can paint it yourself, or they can 3D paint it in color so that if you don't want to paint it, you don't have to. It will arrive fully formed. It's very cool. You can find everything they do at heroforge.com, and we urge you to check out their pro membership. And with that, let's move on to Ultra Pro. So Ultra Pro do everything else for your tabletop. So dice boxes, dice rolling tray things, mats you can pick up cards off the table, which are incredibly useful if you've ever played a card game and not been able to pick cards up. And I have a figurine of Adorable Power here to show you. This is a Mimic. There probably won't be any in this stream, but there you go, they're cute. And you can find one just like this at ultrapro.com if you want one. So do check them out. I'll also want to talk to you about Elderwood Academy. So Elderwood Academy make premium bespoke dice boxes, dice trays, dice towers. I have a hex chest here. This is one that I designed and had made for myself. And you can go on, they have similar to Hero Forge, they have a builder where you can go online, pick the wood, the design, the interior, what it looks like, and they will build that for you. We have a code with Elderwood, so if you type roll-together into their checkout, you'll get 10% off. And that will be in chat as well if I spoke too fast for you. So yeah, do check them out, elderwood.com. They are brilliant, and all their stuff is really high quality. We're also supported by D&D Beyond. So D&D Beyond offer digital D&D, I think is the easiest way to put it. You can build your characters on there, you can roll dice on there, you can, if you're a DM, you can build encounters, they have all the source books. It is an incredibly useful tool. All of our players have character sheets in D&D Beyond, which you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, but maybe don't click on them until you meet the character, so you're not, the surprise isn't ruined, just keep it in for now. So you can see what they've built, who they're playing, what they have available to them. I'm using their encounter builder for encounters that might happen today. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, they're great. So check out D&D Beyond. We're also supported by Level Up Dice. Level Up Dice made these really big dice that I should have got out before we started. There we go. Table shakers with us. So this is a very, very large D10, D100. And you can buy them from Level Up Dice. There's also a slightly less big D20, but still, satisfyingly large. And you find them at Level Up Dice. Finally, we're supported by 2 lovely D&D video games, so Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms and Warriors of Waterdeep. And we are giving away free things with both those games today. So there are codes on the screen, and our mods in chat will be able to help you out further with how you get gems for us, Waterdeep, and chests for Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. So yes, talk to chat, talk to the mods. They've got this. We're all together RPG on all social media, so do interact with us on there if you like. We're also massive thank you to our Patreon supporters. Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. They are the Dice Heads. We really appreciate everything that you do for us. And if you fancy joining them, there'll be a link to Patreon in chat right now. Yeah, do join us. The D20 Club have also made for us a wiki, so you can go and see every campaign that we've done, how they all interlock. There's a large page of interlocking, which is only getting more complicated. And they also made a Discord for us, which you can go and join if you're interested in interacting with people in there. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players and DMs in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but we acknowledge that it does happen, and we have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we're open to being corrected, so do send us a note on Twitter or via email, and we're happy to hear it from you. One last thing, we are using various tools for safety in-game today. The main one is pause cards. You probably won't see them because if they come up, we probably edit it out. But there is a link in chat right now to see the tools that we're using for safety if you're interested. There will also be trigger warnings in there. So if anything does come up that we feel might be triggering, it will be in there so you can check it out before you watch. That is everything. So let us dive into the intro for the first time, and we will see you back here in a couple of minutes. Cheers, everyone. And welcome back. So these are mostly new characters. We have one returning character. You all know each other or have at least encountered each other before. You can describe how later. At the moment, though, you're all in Waterdeep, the big city in the Sword Coast, home to Laurel Silverhand, and lots of different things. You're here for various reasons, which are all your own, but you're at the moment, you can either all be in the Yawning Portal together, or some of you got there first and are waiting for the others to appear. How would you normally, would you have clumped together already, or are you like coming in bits and bats to meet?
Why are we meeting? Is it just friends hanging out?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we probably could have come together first and coming to maybe to listen to a semi-famous bard, maybe on the pamphlet.
There would be there would be people playing in the Yawning Portal. For anyone who hasn't come across the Yawning Portal before, it's the kind of most famous pub in Waterdeep. It's a place where adventurers go. There is a big hole in the middle of it where you can, it goes down into the Undermountain, and occasionally things crawl up and they need to be battled in the Yawning Portal. So there's always a show on. You would, if you've been through Waterdeep before, you would very likely have already been here. It's also a place where adventurers come to find work. And there is a big notice board where you can find various different people asking for things. Who's there? Who do we see sitting at a table together?
Gemma would definitely be there with Brand. We've been traveling together for a little bit. Rocky's there too, just kind of occupying space and being generally adorable. But yeah, Gemma and Brand would be together.
I'll be sitting at a table with a mug of ale and just casually stroking this Rocky character as I talk to Gemma.
Amazing. Do you want to describe our characters? What are people seeing?
Yeah, I can go first. Brand, I forgot my name then. First time. Brand is very obviously a fire genasi. He's got paler skin, but very vibrant, flame-like hair that doesn't allow itself to be settled. It's always constantly either in motion or attempting to be in motion. It doesn't matter what he does to it. It's always fighting to be free. He's wearing librarian-esque type clothing, so kind of scholarly clothing, but they're pretty dirty. It doesn't look like he has, he goes into the river and washes them often, but they're clean enough to be worn in public. I think, it's pretty quick and easy.
Amazing.
Gemma, sitting across from him, is a tiefling. She has dusty, dark pink skin, almost like raspberry colored purple hair. She wears clothing that is not really befitting an adventurer in that sort of sense. She does spend a lot of her time in dig sites and digging up magical items or searching for magical items in the dirt. So she's wearing light colored clothing, a lot of brown. So she has like a light flowy shirt. She has a harness with all of her tools in it. She's got pants and thigh-high leather boots with extra padding, just because if she's going to be digging around in the dirt, she needs to be comfortable while she does it. She's got big, beautiful horns that are the same color as her hair, and she doesn't try and hide it because she doesn't need to. And she also has beautiful yellow eyes.
Very nice. And Rocky.
Yes. Rocky is her homunculus. He's a pile of stones. It's kind of funny because most people would expect you to have like carved a face or something in the stones, but that's not really how Gemma works. So Rocky is a large stone with smaller stones kind of floating around the body. If I had to give a modern comparison, there's a specific video game character that has, hands but no arms, and it's kind of similar to that. But he does have the occasional very colorful stone. Gemma does like to find and collect pretty colored objects, and so she'll end up fusing those to Rocky's body.
Amazing. And what are the two of you talking about? Waiting for everyone else to appear.
Casually playing fetch, so every now and then, just with a bit of food or something, just throwing it off the table, talking about one of the recent excursions that we've been on. Brand is very obvious a scholarly type person. He's got books on him, he's got ink covering his hands, and he's constantly making notes, especially fixating on a lot about Rocky, his movements, how he tends to like roll slightly but also not roll, and how he's able to see where he's going but has no visible face or any way of actually being able to tell where he's going at all. So he's very interested and keen and constantly asking questions and trying to figure out what this beautiful mystical creature is.
For his part, Rocky plays fetch beautifully. You throw something, he will go and find it. That is his favorite thing to do, is to go grab things and bring them back to you. It becomes problematic if you're trying to get rid of something because he doesn't quite understand that you want to leave it there and that you don't need it brought back. But he's a great little guy. So yes, that is definitely enjoyable for Gemma to see Brand having fun with Rocky in that way. But yeah, Gemma would probably be bemoaning the lack of fun, exciting things that they found on their last thing. Or, oh, there was that one thing. Did you see that one cool rock? Or did you see that one cool item that we dug up? But yeah, mostly just talking about what they're doing next and what they did before.
I think people are generally taking notice of, especially the fetch with Rocky. People do occasionally turn around and have a watch. Rocky bumps into a person who turns around and looks a bit like unhappy about it, but generally people are kind of noticing and enjoying the homunculus running around trying to find various bits of things that you throw on the floor. There are lots of other things on the floor. Occasionally he comes back with something that you didn't throw, like an olive or a cocktail stick. He gives it to you.
Always very happy for him to bring stuff back. Even if it's not exactly what I threw, you have to reward it, right? So, hey, you brought me something back. That's cool. Here, I'll just throw something else. Sometimes you can actually do the fake out where you pretend to throw something. And especially if it's really busy, he'll turn and he'll just fixate on something and just go. It doesn't work all the time. Sometimes he can figure it out, but most of the time you can do that. And then the game can keep going like that forever, really.
And this is what you're doing. Who would arrive next?
My character would probably kind of come in, head straight for the bar, and then come and join them.
Dernan, who's the barkeep, will happily serve you. What do people see as Swaski goes to the bar?
So Swaski, as normal, is rather elegantly dressed. They are wearing their kind of usual big balloon-sleeved shirt with nicely tailored waistcoat and palazzo pants, all in a slightly different gradient from what we last saw them in. But yes, so they'll kind of go up to the bar and kind of be like, "Oh, my dear, I'd like your best wine. I don't know, I haven't been here in a while, so what's new?"
Are you sure you want the best one? The best one's quite expensive.
Maybe, perhaps, what's good?
Well, I particularly like this one, and he'll hold up a bottle. Den is quite, he's male, he's human, he's quite reserved. He's wearing quite reserved clothes, like brown leather apron over a white shirt, which is kind of stained. And you know that he doesn't tend to talk very much. He'll hold up a bottle. It's a bottle of red. It has no label. This one's good.
Of course. Yes. A glass of that, then.
He'll pour you he's going to pour you a large glass.
Right.
Extra large, and just like slide it to you. 50 silver. God, I forgot how it's all work. 5 silver. They're not pence.
If he'd said the 50 first, and I was like, wait, no. Like there would have been a slight widening of Swasti's eyes, but then they would slip that over and be like, "Oh, you're too good." Right.
I know. Looking around, you can see Gemma and Brand are in the corner. It's quite noticeable because Rocky is sort of running backwards and forwards from their table.
Right. You two, it's good to see you again. I'm sorry that I'm so behind. I had to stop off at home and see everyone. But yeah. So what have you been up to today?
You mean aside from watching Brand tire my homunculus out? Tire.
I've literally been doing this for hours.
Yeah. Ow. I do not know how he does it.
I clearly haven't missed much, but I am looking forward to the performance this evening. So,
let me find you a chair. I stand up and grab a chair from a random table, bring it over for you. No one's taken this, right? It doesn't matter. I need it.
Thank you very much.
This is the person who Rocky bumped into earlier, who now looks more disgruntled.
So sorry. I'll bring it back when we're done.
It's an elf with quite long blonde hair, like leaning back in a chair, quite chilled, apart from when you've interacted with them. You provide a chair for Swaski.
Yes. Thank you, Brand. Much appreciated.
How is everyone back home?
They're well. I mean, I went to give some feedback about my time in Neverwinter. It was not as hoped, but, they're family, so it's not so bad.
I got to admit, Gemma and I are both sitting here playing with Rocky because, let's be honest, we don't have much anything else to do. I don't suppose you have any leads or maps or anything that would take us out of here and get us some fresh air and a new little adventure that Gemma can go, punch, dig.
I have a wealth of maps, and obviously there's more at home, but I don't know. If you're looking for a quick diversion, we could always check the board.
We could. Maybe not quite so much stabby stuff this time, though. It's not really my forte.
No, and I'm so tired of playing bodyguard to Brand. It just
Hey.
It's fair.
It's completely fair.
You can't say I'm wrong.
You're not wrong at all. If Rocky was a little bit bigger, I would be hiding behind him.
I know. I'm aware.
And yet you spend all your time like play fighting.
Well, one's got to have a hobby.
Of course.
Skitter of Stones. you can enter and see your friends are having a play argument, teasing each other.
I think Skitter steps through the door and immediately sees Rocky kind of scampering around, and straight away was maybe like coming in to head towards the bar, and then gets distracted by Rocky and goes, "Ooh!" and like also like scuttles down and chases after Rocky and picks him up and goes, "Ha-ha!" like spins him around, probably knocking into that blonde elf again.
Seriously.
Sorry. Hi everyone, and puts Rocky down on the table.
What does
Skitter.
everyone see?
Skitter is a tabaxi. She's quite young looking for a tabaxi. She looks kind of like a mountain lion kind of feel, or a cougar, that kind of tan colouring. She's got some dappled spots across the arms. She's wearing like a tunic style top that's like a wraparound. That's all. It's like a light blue, but in the light as it catches, you see little shots of pink in there as well. And then just some dark red trousers, and she's got a large spear on her back with what looks like could be maybe a tooth as the spear tip. She's all like scooty and carefree, and just kind of bounces over to everyone. Immediately lays down, speaking of maps, a scroll of paper on the table, spreads it out, and turns to Swaski. You did not tell me that the statues here were butt naked. I've got to change my map.
Well, I guess it never really occurred to me. They've always been like that.
And she starts like scribbling and scratching. There's like a crude sort of map. Well, the map itself is not crude, but obviously Waterdeep, she's not been very long, so it's a very rough layout. And there's just kind of, there had been a big sort of golem style armored thing drawn in one of the corners to represent these statues. And she's crossed it out and is starting to draw a very large naked man.
Oh, your map work is getting better. Definitely.
You really think so?
Definitely.
Oh God!
I would. I'd make. Celestia kind of reaches over and.
Do you think the size is right?
Takes the pen and makes some slight adjustments.
Oh, okay.
But you'll be an expert in no time.
I look forward to it. They're going to be thrilled back at the temple when I take this back.
Oh God!
I'm happy to also provide you a copy to take with you.
Would you? Well, that's ever so kind.
Of course.
Thanks, Lasky. I'm so glad I met you. What have we all been doing?
I've been playing with Rocky.
Pretty much this.
Yeah. Really haven't moved much. I've done some writing.
Yeah.
I drank quite a lot. Donan's doing really well. We do need to pay that tab though. Otherwise he'll throw us back down the well.
I was
What would you
hoping
recommend?
The red stuff.
Sure.
It's not 50 silver. If he says that, it's 5. Don't be conned.
It is rather good.
Noted. And she'll bounce over to the bar.
Yeah.
Some of the red stuff, please.
He'll point at a few different bottles. This one, this one, this one.
Oh yeah. Maybe not.
The one that they're all drinking?
Oh, okay. He moves away from the hard liquor and pulls out a bottle of wine from under the counter. Pours you a medium-sized glass. That's 3 silver.
Oh, thank you. Just passes it over, scoots back over.
Performance will be on shortly. Soleil, would you come out before you perform, or would you be waiting to surprise everyone?
Oh.
That was very pouncy, wasn't it? Surprise pounce on the audience.
Soleil would probably come out before because I need alcohol. I am nervous, and it's been a while since I've been here, and so I would very much like some mead. and I'll happen to see my friends all gathered and give a bit of a wave. Slay is very loud, not so much in volume, but in personality. She has a lot of color on her. She has kind of like just a plain white peasant blouse, but her skirt is a very vibrant orange with, intricate different flowers stitched in and maybe some extra bits of fabrics like sewn on top of it to add a pop of color. And then she has a purple hip scarf on. She has very long white hair and these ice blue eyes. And if you see her hair fall back, you would see that she has pointed ears. She looks very half elf. She has like a very soft face, not a lot of the angles that you would typically see in elves. And she also has a flower crown on. And you'll see that she has a pan flute tied to her side. And she's, hi. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Is that a penis?
Well, yes, it's the statues here. I wanted to make sure that I accurately represented them on my map.
That is very anatomically correct. Great,
Thank you. I was
job.
studying it for a while.
She's taking it to the temple. Bran looks panicked.
If you have a moment to join us, I'll go grab you a drink.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. I suppose I'll have what you're having. How much was it?
No, I'll get it. Honestly,
thank you.
We have to make sure that you are liberally,
lubricated.
Yes, that one.
It wasn't going to use that word, but that was the word that came to mind.
Libated?
That one.
No. We said what we meant.
Jolly your performance.
Said what we meant.
There's already been naked statues. We're already there.
Took 5 minutes.
Yeah. Great.
Soleil, do you have any idea what song you're going to be playing for us tonight?
Oh, well, there's actually a really talented lute player here, so I think we'll play the flute and the lute to start with, and then
Very apt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If they give me some time, I'll go into the body of Biddy Badee.
Hey!
Biddy Badee is one of my favorites. Oh, I can't wait to see you perform that.
Everybody loves a raunchy song, and I guess it's a great song to perform in a town full of statues with exposed genitalia.
I was worried you're going to make us cry again.
Was that the song that you were playing when I first met you?
Probably, yes. Very
I love that
raunchy. It's so good to see you all again. What have you been up to? Has anybody had any exciting adventures?
No, unfortunately. It's been so boring. So we were hoping that maybe somebody has a lead or two, because Brand and I have been going out of our minds with boredom.
Help.
Oh.
Please help.
You should have come around all the junk shops with me. I've been having a whale of a time.
I think that's quite enough junk for one day.
Yeah, trust me, we have found quite enough junk, and you have, obviously, but I've dug up enough junk recently. I don't need to find more in shops.
I literally just made it into town from Daggerford like last night, so I'm sure we could ask around. Somebody has to have something exciting going on.
After hearing the biddy body, I'm sure there'll be many loose-lipped people here tonight.
Oh yeah. I always love performing it. People get very rowdy, so there may at least be a bar fight going on.
And that's me hiding behind Rocky again tonight.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not careful and it's too rousing, we might get something crawling out the portal. So,
Ooh, that would
Crawling
be
out the
exciting.
portal.
The well.
I had no idea. Tell me about that.
It's a big well. Goes down deep.
Well, yeah, I can see that bit.
Yeah. It's called the Yawning Portal because it's like a portal. Help.
well, It goes quite far down, and it doesn't quite terminate in the way a typical well would. So occasionally we get things climbing up, and sometimes you come for the entertainment, sometimes you are part of the entertainment.
Sometimes you're eaten by the entertainment, which is what I'm worried about.
Gitta looks like that provided no clarification, but she starts writing stuff down anyway.
Are there trophies on the wall in the Ionic Portal?
Not especially, no. It's quite classically decorated. It's like wooden panels, little booths. You're in one of the little booths. Soleil, you're up.
Oh, okay. I'll be back soon, friends. I
break a leg.
Chug down the wine in one drink, and thank you, Swarovski.
You're welcome.
And run backstage.
There is a little raised platform where you can stand to perform. You don't have to, but you can. Like sometimes people walk around the tables, whatever you fancy. It goes really. And the lute player is tuning up. This string is not right. This string is not right.
Would you like some help? I can help you tune.
Yeah, this damn thing. Pass it over to you.
All right, I'll fiddle with it a little and see if I can tune it up for them.
Roll a performance.
Okay.
It's an aspect of performance. Making sure your instruments are
15 plus 8.
Yeah.
So 23.
You twiddle some of the knobs and bring it back in line.
Here you
Not
go.
getting any better. Cheers, mate. So you want to do the flute and the lute first, and then I'll bugger off, and you can just carry on with your thing.
Oh! I mean, you're welcome to stay up if you can also play the body bitty bitty.
One of my favorites. No one ever plays it. It's too
filthy.
Yeah.
That's why I love it. All right.
Oh well, they're in for a treat then. They'll pull back the curtain. Sorry, were you ready? I can pull it back.
No.
They're waiting now. They've seen the curtain move.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, we step out onto the little platform. There are people that tend to look at you. A lot of people are still carrying on a standard bar gig. Most people are still continuing with their conversations.
And up and do a round of applause.
I go ahead and start. I'm quite used to the fact that most people won't listen until you're already actively playing, and then that kind of gets their attention. So I won't try to lead into it or anything. I'll just get started.
Roll another performance check. You can have advantage because the lute player is helping you.
Okay.
Now that his lute's in tune.
That is a 17. That was a 6. So let's take that 17 plus 8, and so that's a 25.
25. It's very good. People start to kind of perk up and turn around pretty much instantaneously, realizing that this is actually going to be a good performance rather than just your standard background noise.
Sweet. I would like to say that it's probably a pretty active, Devil Went Down to Georgia style back and forth, pretty hyped up. So yeah.
People are enjoying it. They start clapping along slightly out of time. So it's a good atmosphere. You folks are also there. You're part of this. The room is really feeling it.
Is there a dance floor?
There is not, but people do occasionally dance on the tables.
Perhaps not on the table, but there's a little bit of a foot stamping, and you can probably tell that Swarovski's very much wanting to get up and dance, but kind of is probably not without there being actual space for it.
I mean, Skitter does not have that level of social awareness, so we'll just grab Swarovski's hand. Let's go! and start
climbing on the table.
Yeah.
Gemma, help me move the table out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get up and move the table a bit.
We'll pull it towards the elf, just to, narrow that space between us, just to make a little.
The elf is tapping their feet along, but will turn around and glare at you when you move the table closer to him.
It's a dance floor. Would you like to come?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. That was cold.
This is a very important question. Is Rocky dancing?
If you engage Rocky in dancing, he will. He doesn't like naturally dance to the sound of music. But if you kind of get him involved, he'll do the motions.
Wait, watch this. I'll grab a silver piece and then I throw it at the floor so it starts bouncing, and Rocky could jump up and down for it, like he's dancing.
I mean, he definitely would. Yeah, absolutely. Give him something bouncy, and he'll raise the roof because he has no other choice because he doesn't really have hands. But that's the motion.
Roll a D100, Johnny.
Oh no. I have to do it like this. Now you do that manually. That's 63.
Sorry, the silver piece bounces and Rocky is engaging with it. It doesn't go anywhere else.
Oh, thank God. Get rid down the well.
Oh, God.
Do not send Rocky down the well.
Otherwise, this is turning into a very different campaign.
Yes. A lot of PvP in this campaign.
Yeah. All the encounters Em had planned. No, out the window. We're going down the well.
And to save Rocky, we have to.
Do you move on to the body?
Yes.
Does the body have a chorus that people could, pick up and join in with, a rude chorus?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I did not write one because I'm not that clever, but it would have.
Do you want to give us a snippet of the what you've written for the body?
I didn't write anything.
That's fine. It's extremely rude in that case.
No. I found a title online, and it is a raucous account of an old woman accidentally restored to youth and beauty.
We love it.
So,
right.
Yep.
It's got some very rude rhymes in it where you do the rhyme, but then you don't say the rude word, that kind of thing. And somewhere you do, and people get really enthusiastic when you do.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
They pick up on the chorus, and they are singing it along with you. I'm gonna. It's not bad. It's all right.
I think at this point, she would have started up on the race platform, but she would be going through the tables and periodically, while other people were singing the chorus, would pick up their drinks and kind of drink out of their drinks for them. Because,
Roll a D100.
Okay.
You fall down the well.
Nobody's going down the well.
Oh, no. Don't give him ideas.
Unless you voluntarily jump down the well, in which case your character leaves the campaign.
That was an 81.
81. As you go past, you do pick up a drink off a table. You're not really paying attention. The rest of you, this is the blonde elf's drink. And he will, he grabs it back out of your hand.
I just turn around and give him a wink, keep going.
This poor elf.
We are the worst. Oh no.
As Soleil is performing, the rest of you, what's your passive perceptions? I mean, Soleil as well, because you've been watching as you're performing.
10.
17.
15.
Oh, sorry, Nat, I missed yours.
Oh, sorry. 16.
16.
Which is exciting. I never get to have a character that sees things.
As Soleil is performing, you do notice a magpie aarakocra, so black and white colouring, quite a sharp beak, coming into the portal and going and placing a poster on the notice board. He's then going to sort of hover nervously near to it. He's wearing a lot of shiny jewelry all over, very shiny necklaces, shiny rings, maybe a little bit of things that clip onto feathers. And he's just gonna hover there looking uncomfortable.
Sorry,
We're all just having a great time dancing.
So anyone above 15 would see that.
Okay. Might, as we're swinging around, might nudge Brand and be like, looks like there's something, a new job on the board. Why don't you go check it out?
Yeah, that sounds like exactly the... Oh, God, there's so many people moving. Okay. Wait, where?
Like, pointing at the board as they're swinging around.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, wait, right here. I'm going to slide my way through and avoid going too close to Soleil, just so I don't get any in the way of the performance, and go the long way round to get to the job board.
As you stand up, the blonde half-elf stands up at the same time. He's also moving towards the notice board.
Do I see this?
Oh, yeah.
I trip him accidentally.
Roll a, how are you tripping him?
I'm just gonna start to walk past and just kind of accidentally stick my foot out a little further right in front of their path.
What is your... Why don't you roll a deception check, because you're being deceptively trippy, and I will roll something for this person.
That is a dirty 20.
Mine was a 4. So yeah, you put out your foot accidentally, and he just falls over. He doesn't crash the floor, he does catch himself, but then he glares at you once again.
Oh, whoops, sorry. You know, you're very handsome.
I hear that a lot, but usually not from people who've just tripped me over.
Oh, it was a total accident. I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy. How about I buy you a drink to make up with it? And also to make up for, the fact that I tried to steal yours?
Sure.
Okay. Just let me finish my song. And I will finish up the body of Biddy Biddy.
You do, to raucous applause, and people shouting, encore, more, do it again.
I like gesture to the fiddler and I'm like, oh, or the flute player, sorry, not fiddler. Still thinking Devil Went Down to Churchill stuff. So anyway, I gesture to the flute player. Oh, well, they our lovely talented flute player would love to play a song for you. And I turn around. Why don't you play "And All for a Turnip"?
Good shout. He takes over for you and starts playing "All for a Turnip."
Whilst they're doing that, I get to the job board, and seeing that this elf was interested, I kind of put both hands on either side of the notice, and kind of lean in really close, shrouding the thing completely, and just peer down at it and give it a quick scan.
Not obvious at all.
Oh, very, yeah.
The notice says, "Help wanted, exhibition of magic items. Please see Kree." And then there's a little drawing of a magpie.
Well, Gemma is going to love this. I'm just take it off. The whole thing. I'm taking the whole notice board. just
Notice board, quite large.
I take the notice off. Give it another read as I turn around and then look up at Gemma and kind of smile towards Swaski and Gemma and just nod my head.
My eyes go wide because that nod and that look that he's given me, that is the look of somebody who's got something real juicy to share. And
my hair starts to get brighter as well with excitement as it starts to stand up even more.
This is why he loses at poker, by the way. No poker face on this one.
He has a poker face just because that gives him away.
Just not it's not poker hair.
Are you going to head towards Brand at the notice board, or Brand, are you going to go back to the table with the notice?
I'll gesture them over. Seeing that the elf is probably still around, and hoarding this information to myself.
Yeah. Just to be clear, that the magpie is still standing there looking.
Oh, but yeah, Brand isn't very intelligent, awkward. So he's like, "Hello, how are you doing? This is really cool." No, it's okay. I don't know why you keep trying to speak to me.
So the rest of you begin heading over. At the bar, So like the elf will hold out his hand to you. I guess we should be introduced. I'm Darville.
Darville? Oh, I'm Soleil. It's so nice to meet you.
Something to meet you. I'll have a large wine.
Yeah, that's on me. And I'll take another one as well. I'll look back at the group. Do any of you need another drink?
No, I think Swarovski is still dancing, but kind of waves Solana.
Yeah, I would be heading over towards Brand at this point, so I wouldn't be where we were.
Ita has abandoned her previous glass and it's still barely drunk. She was distracted by dancing too quickly. But yeah.
Dernan will pour you 2 glasses of wine. Do you want wine or do you want mead?
Ooh, mead, actually, if you have it. I love mead.
He's pours you a large glass of red wine. This is not the bottle that the rest of you are drinking from. It's a different one. And also a glass of mead. 2 gold?
Sure. You have expensive taste, good sir.
Well, when you've got the money to spend, might as well spend it. Although I suppose this is your money.
Yeah, just a bit, but it's fine.
He takes the wine and then begins ignoring you as if you're not there.
Does he leave and go to another part of the tavern or anything?
No, he sits on a stool, but then just like the attention is completely shifted off you.
Where's his coin purse at? Is it visible?
He's not visibly wearing a coin purse.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll get him back later. I'm just gonna walk back to my friends.
Everyone is forming a group around the notice board where Brand is like clutching this piece of paper close to his chest.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Gemma?
I'm so ready. So ready.
I turn it, still trying to hold it towards me, and then almost ripping it, I just go, look at this. Still just like awkwardly looking at the magpie next to me. Like, what?
Oh my God.
No stabby.
No.
Collection, magic items.
Yeah.
I mean, this basically says...
For Gemma and Brand.
Basically.
Oh my God.
Think of how much I can write.
You will be busy the entire time. You can't get into trouble. I don't have to worry about you.
It's getting really hot in here, okay? It's getting really hot in here.
The air is getting noticeably warmer around Bran. Swarovski, you might have heard of this collection. It's a relatively new temporary exhibition in the Noble District, which is supposed to have lots of different magic items from different adventurers, evil people, retired adventurers. You're aware of it. Skitter, I don't think you'd be aware of this.
Right.
That. Unless someone was flyering earlier, but yeah.
I'm not entirely sure who this contact is, but I'm sure with a day or two of searching, we could easily find the person.
Looks like a stick bird.
Yeah.
It's like a
stick bird, yeah.
Brand, sorry.
No. Yeah.
Swarovski kind of turns to the magpie and says, I'm so sorry. We're interested in the job. How can we?
Really? Are you wearing anything shiny, any of you?
I mean,
I am shiny.
The buttons on Swarovski's waistcoat, and also they have this kind of cosmic looking gem that's so their double set of horns, their larger set of horns has kind of vines wrapped on it, and then dangling from one is just this kind of cosmic gem that looks that's just hanging here.
Very cool.
Gitta has a necklace that's like a leather thong with a silver, what looks like a silver stick on the end of it, but it's kind of half tucked into her top.
Soleil has a bright purple gem around her neck, and then her hip scarf has a bunch of gold coins hanging on it. Yeah, so lots of shiny.
A pair of reading glasses.
What you would notice is before looking at any of your faces, Kri's eyes like skitter over all of your shiny things, and then he focuses back in on Swaski. Excellent. Are you capable?
Quite. Well, I can definitely vouch for Brand and Gemma. Skitter, I mean, she's pretty good. And so, well...
Skitter is as the magpie is looking at everyone else, Skitter has also come over and is just doing the same to the magpie. And just going, so many. Where did you get them all from?
Gifts, or I acquired them on digs, some of them.
I like you very much. Did you say dig? Are you an archaeologist? Do you excavate?
Yes, well, magic items, for shiny magic, not necessarily shiny, but mostly shiny magic things.
We may have a position opening in our own team. What kind of, you said, are we capable? I mean, yes, but capable in what exactly?
Well, we should probably sit down.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a
table. Oh God!
Yeah, people have gone and sat at your table.
There's a whole
elf upstairs level with booths that might be freer.
Yep.
Might be a bit more quiet up there as well. We can actually hear what you're saying.
Yes, good idea.
Are we allowed up there again? You sure we're allowed up there?
I mean, we apologized, and
we did, but Dernan is quite a character. I don't want to get thrown out. I really don't want to get thrown out, or in, or under, or just thrown at all.
I know, but we only got like 4 bad looks earlier instead of like the usual. So I think he's fine.
I'll hide my face. They'll never know it's me.
As you decide to start going upstairs, Kareem, as if just not realizing, just flies up onto the balcony and then like looks around and waits for you.
I lean down and scoop Rocky up because weirdly stairs not his forte. So I pick him up and just and then it's much easier to go up the stairs when he's in my arms.
Soleil, are you done with your performance? Are you coming?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Amazing. As you regroup at the top of the stairs, Krill looks slightly ashamed for having flown rather than walked, but has managed to find you a little sort of corner booth.
What's his name? Sorry?
Career. Creer. Career, like a bird noise. Career.
Career. Ah. Lovely.
So, well, you've been to the museum?
Many a time before, but I haven't seen your exhibition yet. I had wanted to.
Oh, excellent. Well, we have lots of magic items from all across Faerun, and lots of different things, all sorts of different things. And well, something strange has been happening overnight. They don't stay where I put them. You see, they when I get back there in the morning, they've all moved. And the last security guard just ran away. He wouldn't even tell me what happened. He just went. And I'm not kind of I don't want to be in a room with lots of swords if they're moving. The last security guard seemed so frightened. And I need some help.
You try telling the items not to move.
That's a really good place to start.
I do occasionally talk to them, but I mostly say, complimentary things like, you're very shiny today. I haven't necessarily asked them not to move.
How long has this been going on, Career?
Well, they started being in odd places in the morning, but I just put them back. I thought, the security guards were moving them, playing with them. Like, they're exciting things. I could understand it. It's not ideal, but I could understand it. And then the other day, the security guard just left, and that's not normal. We pay them.
Has this been a couple of weeks since they started moving?
A couple of days.
What's the name of the security guard?
Bob.
Bob, the security guard.
Yeah. Left or missing?
Well, I haven't seen him, but he hasn't been back. So I just assumed he'd left.
Oh.
There was
Right,
no,
okay.
there
But
was
you
no
don't.
body in the room.
Yeah, but like you haven't seen him since he disappeared.
Well, no, it's not my job to track down people who leave their jobs. I look after
That's a very good
the
point.
pretties.
Did you have any shipments in 2 to 3 days ago? Or has your collection been ready for showing for a while?
Well, we do get new things occasionally. People donate things, or my friends find things and send them to me. So we could have had new things. I can't think of anything particularly memorable.
Okay, that's me out pretty much. That's all my ideas gone.
I mean, if you want to take the job, I can take you up. I can show you around. It's not dark yet, so it's probably fine. And then you can stay.
You'll let us stay inside.
Well, how will you know what's going on if you don't stay inside?
Well, I'm in. I don't speak for the rest of you, but you had me at magic items moving around by themselves.
Yeah, but Brand, swords, like a room just full of magic swords that could move. That sounds like a little bit of stabby.
Well, I mean, there was no dead bodies found, and thank God.
Yet.
Yeah. Okay, I'm out.
It's not just magical swords, though, right? There's magical shields as well, I'm sure.
Shields, armor. We have some
Back
very
in.
very exciting items. There's a crown with sort of beholdery stalks on it. We have some paints. The paint, if you paint with them, you make the thing. It's very exciting. Not to be used, obviously.
Amazing.
No, of course not. Wouldn't dream of using magical paints.
No, this group is a very honorable group. They would never.
Never.
Someone roll a
What she
deception
said.
check.
I don't think
That was a 5 + 6 for 11.
Yeah, no, you all look very honourable. And one of you is also a researcher, so you understand the value of having items to look at.
Well, usually we'd be removing them from the ground and looking
don't
at
do
them
that.
there. But
I have already removed them.
well, exactly. You've done half of our job for us. It's a perfect chance for me to finish my book, to do some more research, and we get to sleep inside a museum for the night. How exciting is that? Think of the tales you could tell, Soleil. Think of the songs you could sing.
Oh,
But-
yes, quite epic. I could write some epic ballads.
You could
I'm
even do a
in.
screenplay.
Oh,
I have an important
A
question.
night in the museum.
We're not being charged to stay overnight, right? We
Oh,
get
no,
to stay for free.
if you solve it, I'll pay you.
Oh, even
And
better. I'm in.
how much are we talking?
Some gold? I don't know. How much do you want?
1 million.
Well, I suppose we could take a walk around the collection, see the scope of the issue. I understand, and then perhaps we could agree on a price. Obviously, something fair for each of us.
Yeah, absolutely. My patron will back money wise, so that shouldn't be an issue. I wouldn't have thought.
Excellent.
Who is your patron?
You might have heard of him, Willie the Sausage King. Any of you can
Never
roll a
heard of him.
history check.
I'll do a history.
Ooh. It's a 22 for me.
14.
Oof! Ouch! 3.
Ooh.
Swansky lives here.
I don't live here anymore.
No,
I
that's
grew up
true.
here.
So like you've heard the name, but it's not ringing any like beeper bells. You're aware of Willie the Sausage King. He is a very wealthy person in Waterdeep. He's not one of the nobles, but he is like become a pseudo noble. He is a minotaur. He's a blonde minotaur, and he just seems to have acquired a lot of money. What he does is he sells sausages, hence the Sausage King, and he also, you'll be aware with the 22, He is a patron of the arts, so he does fund a small theatre down on the docks, and clearly has now expanded out into museums.
I give Soleil a look. I'm just kind of not for nothing. This may actually be a really good thing to take care of for you, because if he likes you, you may find yourself with a patron. I'm just saying it's possible, not out of the realm of possibility.
You all had me at something to do. I was quite bored. So
he's very nice, very, very, very friendly.
Well, if it's still light outside and you've got time to walk us to the collection.
Yes, of course, walk. Please.
Mm-hmm. Then I finished my drink. I think I left it on the table. It's probably gone. It's definitely gone.
Oh, I had a drink. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's definitely gone as well.
I wouldn't trust it, considering that elf is still downstairs. You don't know what he did to those drinks after we left.
I understand why he was so annoyed at me.
I don't know. Some people.
Just some people, eh?
Just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you know?
Yeah, or in a bed, yeah.
The dream.
I know.
There won't be beds in the collection, you understand?
Yeah, not a problem at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
I suppose it's okay.
Do you know that you could have come back with me last night?
Yeah, but I didn't want to intrude. You know, if you're going back to your home,
Right.
you know, and I'm me, you know.
I mean, we're a family of all types. Like, there's fireproofing.
Oh, well, you should have said that yesterday. I slept on the bloody floor last night. Yeah.
You can obviously discuss your sleeping arrangements on the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're still upstairs.
As you start to leave, does anyone glance back at the elf?
Definitely.
I probably would have.
Can both of you roll me an insight check?
Seven.
I also got a 7.
Was I included in the roll, or was it just those two?
Anyone who's looking back at the elf.
Perfect.
The two of you, he's definitely not looking at you.
An 11. I was going to stick my tongue at him. Like, I got it, not you.
Hey.
11.
You notice his eyes flicker to you as you all leave.
Yeah. Won't be seeing you tomorrow night. I don't know.
So antagonistic. You know, for somebody who doesn't like to fight, you sure do like to put yourself in positions to be fought, Brand.
The main reason behind this line of thought is I have you with massive fists and Rocky to trip. Also, I'm very quick at running.
I know. I'm aware.
Yeah, anyway, I'm going to grab the rest of our stuff. I don't know if we're allowed weapons inside or not, or if they were kept outside, but...
Because they're needed occasionally when things climb up. So, yeah, you're absolutely fine to wear your weapons.
I'll sheath my longsword and grab my trident and walk outside into the fresh air of Waterdeep.
Very nice. Right, well, it's this way. He'll point towards the noble ward. I guess it'll take us longer to walk than fly, but you can't fly, so we'll have to walk.
Unless you can carry us.
No.
Oh, okay, walking. I was hopeful for a second there.
He'll lead you up towards the noble part of Waterdeep. Is there anything that anyone wants to talk about on the way? Cool. As you get into the noble ward, these are where all of the mansions of noble people are. And you realise as you're walking down this road, you walk right to the end of this road, and tacked on the end is this very large, very elaborate mansion. The gates have iron scroll work, some of it depicting sausages, which is a little bit odd and awkward, but it's there. He's proud of where he came from. And as you get there, crew will put a hand on the gates, and the gates will start to swing open. Here we are. We just need to go around the back. The exhibition is in the summer house.
Just a quick, if we needed to leave those gates, can any of us press them like that to open? Or is that kind of like a hand key type of thing?
Well, they're not keyed to you. That wouldn't be very secure, would it? Then people could just run out with things.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I mean, Willie, well, I don't know where Willie would be actually, but I'll be in the house. So if you need anything, you can always come and knock and someone will answer.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Does it work both ways? Do we have to get you to open it for us to leave as well as come in? Or is there a special green button off to the side that we can press it that the gates will open for us?
No, you'd have to fetch one of us to leave because otherwise people would just run away with things. It'd be very insecure.
That is true.
Well, then we will be trapped in here all night without any means of escape, completely at your mercy. Oh, where's Rocky?
I put my hand on Bran's shoulder and just kind of stroke it. It's okay, Bran. Just breathe. You're fine. Here's Rocky.
Thank you.
Fine. Well, I can point out some things. There are some very interesting pieces in the collection. I'm very proud of it. Would you like that?
Of course.
Yes, please.
He'll take you to this very nice summer house. It's big for a summer house. It's basically like a normal house, but one story. And the whole thing is glass on the outside, so you can see into it. So you can start to see racks of weapons, little pedestals with things on them. There is an extra room on the end which you can't see into, which is walled off, which is, you don't know, but it's there. And he'll open the doors and take you inside. So where should we start? Weapons, armor, curiosities. Armor?
Skitter has just pointed at the closest thing.
Roll a d6. 6. You have pointed out a very ornate axe, which is been positioned in a stand so that it's upright. That is the axe's axe. It's not necessarily magical, but he was very famous. So I bought it anyway, and it's very shiny and very pretty. But yes, he was a very well-known mercenary for hire who travelled around and, axed people.
And was he also an axe?
No, he was a dwarf.
Oh. Very confusing name.
Well, he had the axe, so he was called the Axe. He had it on business cards and everything.
We should get business cards.
We should
hopefully slightly more imaginative than that.
He'll move on to the next pedestal. And this, and what you're looking at is like a crown with, would any of you have encountered beholders? Probably not. Would any of you know of beholders?
I would probably say through research, I probably would, but never having actually encountered one myself.
Yeah, so on this crown, there are little tentacle-like protrusions with eyes on the end, wrapped all around it. And this one belonged to the Duke. Very similar naming fashion to the axe. He was a Duke. And he wore this, and it drove him to commit very evil acts. When we found it, it was fused to his skull with tentacles, and we had to cut off all the tentacles to remove it.
I take it those eye stalks are I start covering my eyes, are inert and are not about to do anything funky.
Well, I presume not if someone's wearing it. You would have to be wearing it to use it, but then it would grow tentacles into your brain. So I wouldn't recommend it, personally.
That is taking some suspect points from me.
Just
start making notes.
Yes, just making a note and cursed.
This is definitely behind a glass case, right?
Well, oddly, nothing in here is behind glass cases.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Actually,
no, that's probably for the better. Glass is just more things something else that can be broken. I guess unless it's magical glass.
But shouldn't it be better protected? You don't want people just going up and touching it.
Well,
don't do it, Skitter. Don't do it.
You'd have to have it on your head for an hour, and then we believe the tentacles would grow.
Okay.
So someone would have to be really pick it up and then place it on their head and stay here for an hour. I think we would notice.
Okay.
Unless any of you did it, so maybe just don't.
Yeah, we will not. No tentacles in my head.
No, definitely not on my list of things to accomplish tonight. No.
Are there little plaques in front of the items?
Yeah, they say a little bit about what they are and who owns them. Looking around the room, there is quite a shiny suit of armor. There are racks full of different weapons, all different shapes and sizes. There is a shield, which has been like placed on a stand so that it stands upright. There are these paints. Did you want to see the paints? I did mention them earlier. Well,
yes, please.
They're here, and next to them is like a little. I'm gonna say it's like a little tiny house. Like that house was painted with the paint, and then it becomes real. It's very exciting. Although the person that we took them from had only been using them to paint doors, so less exciting, but I suppose more useful. Maybe.
Did the doors they painted go anywhere, or were they just?
Well, they painted them in walls, so then you have a door. You see?
Oh.
When you say took it from, you purchased it, right?
Some of them purchased, some of them donated, some of them the person died, and then their family didn't want like the points at the crown. So,
did the paint person die?
I've temporarily forgotten. I think no, they were sent to us by one of their family members.
I accidentally put a tick on my list. And it's not a shopping list. Stop it, Brand.
And this, it's the only sword that's not on a rack. This belonged to Strongheart. He was a very famous warrior, a very, very good warrior. And this is his sword. And I understand if you spend enough time with the sword, it does talk back to you.
Right.
What does it say?
Encouraging things, I've heard.
Well, that's nice.
Like you have a strong heart.
Oh,
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, judging by the names, right? We got the Duke.
Well,
So
the sword
you
itself
have
is
a
called
number.
Steel.
Sorry.
Yeah. The sword is called Steel. He was Strongheart and Steel, I guess.
So, how many sentient items do you have in your collection?
Sentient, not very many. Sentient's very hard to find. Not many things are sentient.
Yes.
Have you tried?
So just this one then.
As far as I'm aware.
Have you tried asking Steel what's happened? If it is in fact sentient?
Well, I would have to sit with Steel for an hour and then hope that it liked me. And then, they're not mine, you see. I don't want to attune to them. Then they're not mine to have. I suppose maybe it would have been sensible to ask the sword what was going on, but it didn't feel right, you know?
Well, it's an expedition piece. You don't want to tamper with it.
Exactly.
Me too.
Who knows what could happen? And also, swords that talk in your head sometimes are, cursed.
Yeah, what? Well, I mean, we're here, and if they're moving, and it wasn't Bob, the security guard, moving them, then perhaps one of these curses is slightly more mobile than a sword.
Bob seemed like a very decent chap. I would be very surprised if he had been playing with the items and not putting them back.
Well, he managed to resist putting the crown of eyes on his head, so that's a... Did you get him from like a mercenary recruiting agency or something?
Oh,
Perhaps
yes,
we could...
There's a shop. It's in the dock ward. You go and you ask the person for what you want and they give you it. I suppose that's just shopping, isn't it?
Right, so you shopped for Bob?
Well, yes.
That's quite incredible. I mean, from what I've seen, again, I'm still very open to taking this job if Swarovski would do the honors of negotiating cost.
Do I? Okay, so from general kind of discussion, perhaps, from what Gemma was saying, understand that William Soshki is quite rich. Okay. And of course, these items are worth a lot.
They are.
Yeah. I don't want to lowball it. So, I see. Well, I can see where you might be having a problem. And I think we're more than happy to take this job. Say there's something in the region of 100 gold per person, obviously. Just like we all have our own expenses. What do you think?
Oh, yes, I was expecting it to be much more than that.
Well,
That's great.
That's just for the interim bodyguards that we will
Yes,
be.
of course, like
doing.
as a retainer.
Yeah,
You
and then
understand.
obviously to do the job itself, because we'll be guarding your expedition for you. So the 100 gold is for the bodyguarding. I just give Swarovski a look, and maybe extra for actually doing the job. A lot more.
Well, yes, when we come to you the next day, just having solved your issues, perhaps an extra 200 per person.
Of course, I'll clear it with Willie. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, so that's 300 per person in total, and there are
Five. There are 5 of you.
And Rocky and
Rocky.
Vilanimitra, of course.
Yes.
So
Well,
7.
There are 5 of you, and the rocks don't have
They
eyes.
contribute. They contribute.
Do they?
I'm actually here on loan from the Temple of Vilanimitra, who would gladly accept your kind donation to her collection as well.
Yes. You must
So-
understand dragons, hordes,
Swarovski,
all of that.
Roll a persuasion check you're angling for.
Oh, do I use my physical dice, which have been rolling? Or okay. No, not that one. Oh, that's a 7 on the die.
Ooh.
Oh dear. At least my persuasion is +5, so it's not excellent, but what's 7 + 5? 13? 12?
Oh.
Oh no, that's not good. I should have guidance myself.
How about
Well, could I have had advantage on that because they're all chipping in on the...
sure, roll with advantage.
Oh dear, do I want to use this dice again? Damn it.
It can't possibly roll badly again.
How would you say that out loud?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's a 19 on this die,
Hey.
+5, so
Much better.
24.
Well, if you require the rock's assistance, then you require the rock's assistance.
Yes, of course.
And the temple, maybe an extra 50 for the temple.
I'm sure that'd be very acceptable. Skitter, by the way, during the previous conversation, had been stood next to Steel, the sword, and just going, "Hi, how are you? How are you?" And then, like, when Swarovski referred to her as just like, "Oh, yeah."
As you turn, you see like shimmers of light going up the sword, but it could just be the light in the room.
Don't
gonna
touch,
suspiciously.
don't touch.
Oh, she has specifically not touched it, but is just like sidled next to it, being like, "Very pretty."
So 300 times 6 and 50. So
1850.
excellent. I'll clear that with Willie, but I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. And you're going to stay here now.
Yep. Sounds great.
Do you
I've got nowhere else to be, so
do you need any
perfect.
food?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And meat, please.
Sausages if you have it.
We definitely have sausages. I'll get the kitchen to send something over.
Thank you.
What time does the guard usually come on? Obviously, Bob is left now, but just as a ballpark figure that we might expect some activity.
Well, he'd be here by now, and then through the night. And you can see outside it's starting to get darker.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we'll just find a place to park ourselves with good sight lines. And yes.
Great. Well, I'll send the chef down with some sausages and maybe some beverages shortly. Perfect. Well, lovely to meet you all. And
Wait, do you have a list written down of all of the things that are supposed to be here and where they're supposed to be?
yes,
Inventory.
do you
Sure.
do you want it?
I think that would be useful.
And he goes into the back room, and we'll get out an extremely long list. Like we're talking like 5 pages of A4, single spaced.
And looks really interested and excited.
Here, you get. This is my personal one, so please don't lose it.
You want to take it, Skitter?
Oh, sure. She will just start flicking through, but not really taking much of it in.
Rand looks really disappointed that you said yes.
Oh, no,
it's okay. You asked for it.
No, but this is what you do.
Oh, thank you so much. He starts pouring it gently.
Right, well, I'll be off, and then we'll see you in the morning for a catch up. Please don't die.
Sure, I hope so.
Oh, not planning to. Thanks.
Yes.
We won't die. We've got the rock.
Wasn't aware that was an option. Okay.
He will leave and leave you alone in this room.
So we went from drinking in a tavern, watching Soleil perform a raunchy piece of music, to sitting in a potentially haunted death trap. Well, quite an evening.
Might I suggest that we walk the rows and just place our eyes over
We should probably
everything.
stay together in a line of sight, so to speak. Or we could split the party.
Soleil's bent over, looking into a piece of armor, fixing her hair. Oh, sticking together. Oh, sure. Although there's a lot to look at. I feel like maybe we should get an idea of what's supposed to be where, so we can notice if anything's moved. That's a lot of paperwork. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not overly enthused about the idea.
If you give me a moment, I can look at a section and then send you off in teams of 2 to go and look at the areas.
Right idea.
Yeah, sound like a good place to start.
Looking around the room as you're disturbed from admiring yourself in the armor, you do spot that there is a mirror covered with a cloth that says "Do not remove."
That sign won't stop me because I can't
read.
I'm just gonna peek through. She might be very vain.
Let me just get up that item.
Soleil's never seen them again.
It's not quite that bad. In fact, we're due a break, so as you peek behind the do not move cloth, that is where we'll take our break, and we will come back in a few minutes. So see you. Get your teas.
So worried for you.
Back.
So worried. Yeah. Yep.
welcome back, everyone. Before we left, Soleil, who can't read, had not noticed the do not lift sign on the cloth covering a mirror and is now looking at her reflection in a mirror of life trapping. So please roll me a Christmas saving throw.
Oh, well, I'm at least good at that.
Oh no.
That was a 13.
13 is not enough, I'm afraid. As you all watch, Soleil is sucked into this mirror.
Oh.
Right.
Soleil, you're in a sort of grey box with nothing else there.
I take it we noticed this as well. It's not like
Yeah. Soleil has been pulled into the mirror and is now gone. And there is
Does it have a plaque underneath it?
slightly lifted cloth which says don't move.
Why would they put something like this in the main collection?
Why is it not behind glass?
I think
Or
we found our culprit.
barrier?
Why
It's
would
got
they
a
do
cloth on it. Why did she look? Nobody look. Wait, we have to look.
But
how
how
are we
do
going to
we-
get her out? Do we break it?
On the sign, it says mirror of life trapping, used to contain very dangerous creatures. In case of emergency, break glass.
Oh, no, but we can't break it because this is a collection.
Can I only see gray around me? I can't see out the mirror or anything?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it does say in case of emergency. I'd say this was an emergency, no?
But
We're here to
Look,
You
I
know
think.
what? If
Look,
anything has to come out of someone's pay.
I'm just. If things are moving around the space, I think if we can get away with hiding this from Cre when he comes back, we can just say that accidents happen and one accident happened overnight and
Bob did it. We'll blame Bob. Break it. That's a great idea, Gemma.
that's not what I said at all, Brand, actually.
Oh no, this sword started running around and went wild and
You gonna break
it
it?
could work.
Oh dear.
I'm just going to look over towards the door.
If no one has immediately gone, no, Skitter will grab a sword.
We're like, yes, but we don't want to say yes, but yes.
Yeah, Gemma's not gonna tell you no, but she also doesn't want to be the one there telling you yes.
Our friend is in trouble. Shh.
Roll an attack roll.
Oh no, the horror.
Well, this is with a sword, right? Which is different to what I would usually attack it with.
So if you picked up, say, a great sword, then it's going to be strength based. If you picked up, say, a rapier, then it would be dex based.
I'm not sure a rapier would break the glass, though.
Depends how you
You didn't
use your
think to pick
rapier.
up the axe.
I'll use a rapier. I'll use the pommel. Although actually, right, okay. So I'm not proficient in that though. So it's just 11 plus. So that's a 15.
15 does it. You smash. It has hit points. Roll some damage. It's a D8 for a rapier.
8.
You smash it, and some of the glass falls away, but there's some still remaining.
Hello?
And it's clearly well, the glass on the floor. Does that look like Soleil is in it?
It's like the whole thing is cracked, but all the glass is still in it.
Oh.
You could just whack it again.
I'm just gonna whack it again.
Hello?
That's an 18.
Yeah, you crack it in, and all of the glass falls out. And Soleil, you are sort of thrust from this grey cell back into the room, as is a large bugbear
It was an
Wielding-
emergency.
wielding a sword and looking confused. Hi.
Bob!
Hi.
Where am I?
Are you Bob?
No.
I think you may have been acquired along with this fine collection. We could always escort you out if you'd like, and then you can make your way. We're in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep? I wasn't in Waterdeep.
Where are you from?
Neverwinter Way. I was busy minding my own business. Then someone puts this great big mirror in front of me, and the next thing I know, I'm in this grey cell, and I've been there for, I can't count, so I'm not sure how long, but it's been a long time.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was quite boring in there. There wasn't anything to read or anything.
No, there was nothing to do.
I am so sorry. Thank you for getting me out, by the way.
Welcome.
Yes.
Who was the person who put? Did you know the person who put the mirror in front of you?
No idea.
Do you have a name?
Do I have a name?
If you don't, would you like one?
No, I have one. I'm visiting fantasy name generator. That's what I'm doing.
Does anyone have? Is anyone any good at mending things?
Somewhat, but no, not magical.
Really good at smashing things. I'm called Gook.
Gook. Right.
Got the book,
Oh.
the mirror bugbear.
Well, we can just say that the mirror tried to move and fell over. Like, things move here, right? So we'll just say it tried to move on its own. I absolutely did not cause that to happen. Never.
No, it's all right. It was this magical rapier moved on its own, and we ducked out of the way, and it went and smashed the mirror.
Okay, so
Who's
we're
gonna come back,
staging
right?
things now.
Could
Prayer
I
is gonna come
use
back.
could I use my all-purpose tool and my my wonderful tinker abilities to try and put this thing back together, whether or not like it'll retain any magical component, right? I just need the mirror to continue looking like a mirror so we can put the cover on it and we'll just pretend like we don't know what happened. It was like that when we got here.
Roll a Tinker's Tools check.
Okay.
Would I be able to assist by kind of holding the pieces
Sure.
together?
With advantage.
Which check again? I'm so sorry.
Tinker's Tools.
Okay.
If you're proficient, it's whatever skill you fancy. So probably Dex or Strength.
Yeah, I am, but I also have an all-purpose tool, which can become any tool that I need it to. As my one magical item, it's a +1. So
Yeah, so-
I don't know how that works, because I'm new to this.
Minor
So.
blowtorch to like sit them together. Bit
Yeah, so
glue.
roll either a Dex or a Strength skill that you're proficient in, and then does Tinker's Tool, does the all-purpose tool mean you can add one to that?
Okay. And you said with advantage because
Yeah,
Brand
'cause-
is assisting? Okay.
Brand is helping put this jigsaw back together.
I'm not looking at the glass though at all.
All right.
Just
so
turn that bit, and that bit that way.
22.
You can put all the pieces back in and sort of glue them in place. And if you put the cloth over it, no one would know. But if someone lifts up the cloth, there's clearly like a shattered mirror.
That is not our problem. Or hopefully it will not be. So I get to work, get all my Tinker's tools out, start gluing everything together. And then when it's done, I take a step back, put my hand on my hips, and then gesture broadly to the group. And I say, does it look, if we just...
It looks
should
like a
work.
mirror with a cloth over it.
Well, yes. Hopefully, others will.
heed the warning?
Yes.
Turn
Can
and look
I-
at Soleil.
There was a warning? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see a warning. I just saw a mirror. Why would they have something that dangerous
Can
out
I
in the middle
leave?
of nowhere? Anybody could have done that.
They have a crown with tentacles on. I think maybe someone should stick with you and stop you from doing anything.
Is it right if I go?
Yes.
You'll have
We
to.
might-
Oh no! How do we get him out without
Oh,
explaining it?
shit. Excuse
Um,
me. I'm so sorry.
Go,
We have a
go,
straggler guest.
go. Here's the thing. To get out, you need to be able to either jump really high, and I'm talking maybe 50, 60 feet over a wall, which I'm not sure if you're capable, or you need to visit the main house and tell them that you fell here.
Skitter,
Uh,
your Val we could pretend that Val has taken the form of a bugbear and needs to leave right now, right? For some reason, that's a believable story.
Well, Valana Mitra never came to Waterdeep. She's still in the mountains at the temple.
So we could say that she has appeared.
She came to
here
visit
and has taken the form of a bugbear so as to not scare off the people of Waterdeep.
My name's Gook.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Gook. Great. Fantastic. Just hold on
This
to
is a
that for
somewhat
just
sensitive
1
situation.
second. Yeah. Just
I've never
one
seen
second.
her change her shape into a bugbear before, but I suppose there's nothing to say that she couldn't. She is very wise.
Honestly, I think we just let him go and just let whatever happens happen. We'll stay in here, and as long as we solve all their problems, I'm sure they'll be fine.
We need him to not say, I just came out of a mirror, because then they'll know.
God, can you not say you came from a mirror?
I've been in that mirror for a long time.
How high did we say the walls were?
I mean, Johnny just put a figure on it, so they're 60 feet high.
Could Johnny have said they were 45 feet high instead?
12.
Nope, Johnny says 60 feet with a... Just canon now.
This is so good.
Johnny.
Unfortunately. So when I was picking some nice spells for today, I got rid of plant growth. That might have been useful.
Oh, what
Like
can
maybe you created something that you could climb up and over. Sadly,
I'm quite
Oh.
strong. I had nothing to do apart from push-ups in that cell. You'll probably climb over a wall, maybe.
Give it a go. If it doesn't work
Yes.
out, you'll be fine.
If it doesn't
Alright.
work out, you could always come and hang here for us, with us for the night, and we're going to have a look at these magical items and make sure they don't move around. Could be fun.
All right, I'm going to go back to Neverwinter.
Bye, Gurk. I hope I see you again.
Gook
Lovely to meet you.
is going to leave.
Wait, hold on. Wait, before you go, I could give him spider climb.
perhaps.
It solves the issue.
I mean, if it's not necessary, I won't. But I could give the bugbear spider
You
climb.
have no idea. He looks relatively hench, but it's also a really big wall. So
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go up to him and I'm gonna be like, okay, here's what I need you to do. I'm gonna need you to climb over those walls, and I need you to do it as quick as you can, but I'm gonna help you out, okay? Okay, Gook?
all right.
Okay. And I just walk up and I just put my hands on his hands and kind of like just run them just like super softly, like down his arms, and then just like
This is the first human touch I've felt for a long time.
I'm so sorry. Because I'm very much not human, but
Yes. It's not
I'm
quite human yet.
half-ish. And then I once it's all done, I'm like, okay, so now you can more easily climb the walls. We'll leave it at that.
All
We'll
right.
leave it at that.
I'm going to go back to Neverwinter now. Does anyone know
Okay.
which direction it is?
North.
That way.
Oh, I have no, I don't have the map for that road.
No, just north. Do you know how to track by the sun or stars? You don't, do you, Gurk? You really don't, do you? Just go that way. I'm going to point you roughly north.
Can I perhaps? I'm just trying to check if. Can I? I don't know if this is a thing that I could definitely do. It's like how good is your memory?
It's all right. I remember very vividly being inside that cell for a long time.
Right. Okay. Well, okay, so Aski's going to kind of put out their part, ask what's called Gurk to put out their palm. So if you give me your palm, and they'll trace like a kind of star rune on his palm, and
That's the second bit of humanoid touch I've had in a very long time.
Right. Yes. Well, this is going to also help, and using prestidigitation to kind of cast like the an illusory image of of a map.
Yeah.
Back pointing back to Neverwinter, and there's a little kind of dot for where we are. And yeah,
This is very cool. What is it?
It's a map.
Which one are we?
I've got just
Here. We're here. Neverwinter's there.
Right.
look here. Have 2 gold. I hold out 2 gold. It just asks someone for directions. Maybe get a wagon.
I'm following my hand.
I don't think Gemma's spell lasts very long.
He's gonna leave, and he's gonna walk
Oh no!
straight forward in the direction his hand is pointing.
So Swarovski kind of massages their temples, and it's just like
When he's out the room and left, Skitter's gonna just turn to Swarovski and be like, "That was really cool. I mean, I've got plenty of spare paper left in my cartography kit. He could have had some of that and we could have drawn him a map, but that was so much cooler."
that would have taken a lot more time.
I really
Well,
hope this
You have
works.
to get these things right.
He's currently climbing up the manor house.
In the house.
I was gonna say, for
Oh.
better or for worse, he's got spider climb. He's literally just nothing will stop this bugbear until the spell wears off, because he's literally just going to climb and then climb up, climb down, climb up, climb down,
Yeah.
just in
In a straight line.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh god!
Love it.
No more broken mirrors, please.
Right. So now, what did we learn from this?
Soleil can't read.
Yeah.
That is definitely what I learned. How do you write songs if you can't read?
I can read. I just chose not to. I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't think that they would leave something like that out in the middle of nowhere. That just makes me wonder what other fun things they have in here.
Oh,
So right, we literally walked in here and we were met with a crown that bores, like that once you put it on, it bores tentacles into your skull.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not very
What?
pretty. I don't want to touch that. Don't worry about that.
And like brand the inventory. Is there? Which are the cursed ones? And we'll make sure Soleil isn't on that.
to be
Soleil. Sorry.
perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure everything here has the potential to be cursed, especially if it's in our hands. Perhaps we just don't touch anything. If you are all up for it, I'll put you into 2 teams, and I'll send you into room by room, and we'll have a quick look at if anything is misplaced from the inventory that Kriya gave us. Is that a plan? And I'll stay here and keep reading and writing and cataloguing.
Sounds good to me. Well, whilst we go around, we should also make sure to whisper hello to all of the items as well. That's something Vilana Mitra taught me, is that actually when you have a hoard of magic items, you want to make sure they all feel loved. So you've got to say hello to them and make sure they know that you appreciate them.
Yeah, and in fact, that's a really good point, Skitter. If you take just write down some notes, and if any of them whisper back to you, just make a note for us to check them all as a team later. But don't touch or look at anything that says don't look at it. Do you want to pair yourselves up, or?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to keep cataloging here and stay here, right where I know everything is where it is.
You want
And
the rest of us to leave you in this room on your own?
Oh, it'd be fine. There's a door right there.
It's all
With the
one big
crown.
room. There's a second room which has
okay.
things in boxes, but everything that's on display is in one big room.
So we'll be within line of sight. Just stay close to each other. You happy with that?
Yes, well,
Okay, so if Gemma and Skitty, you start with that side of page 1 to 2, and then Swarovski and Soleil, you do pages 3 to 4. And I'll split the catalog and make little notes in my own little paperwork and hand them over and say, this is where they should be, this is what should be here, and then wait to see what they find.
As As Soleil and Swarovski are walking together, Soleil just leans over. I was just taking Skitter's advice and saying hello to the mirror. Being covered up, that must have been so lonely.
It clearly wasn't alone. It had a slightly more permanent resident than you.
Well, now that I've done that, we've rescued the bugbear. So it was a good thing I did that, because no one would have known that poor innocent bugbear was trapped in there for so long.
Well, we don't know that Guk was innocent, but let's hope.
He didn't hurt us.
True.
I'm just saying.
Are there any items that any of you are particularly looking out for, drawn to? There's some that I've mentioned. There are some more that I have. If there's anything that you're like,
As we walk by it, I'm definitely gonna pocket the magical paints. I just don't worry about why. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna have to entertain myself at some point. It's gonna be fine, I'm sure. What could go wrong?
Skitter, do you notice? Do you care?
No. Yeah, very much just that's a good idea. Make sure that we keep things close at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Better to keep an eye on them that way.
Exactly.
Use it on the statue that you drew. Sorry.
Oh, God. What
So
did he suddenly has a new army of walking statues.
But tiny.
Rocky's got some friends.
Yeah. I think that Swarovski is kind of I had a brief flip through, but it's just kind of now strolling somewhat casually, almost as if they're pretending that they're in daylight hours wandering through this exhibition and kind of looking at the plaques of things, but also keeping an eye on Soleil, maybe.
So you go past the armor that I mentioned before. It's very shiny. It's called Armor of Invulnerability. It says donated by a retired Minotaur adventurer. There is also a amulet with a black skull on it.
What does this do?
It's more less notes on this one. It says it was wielded by a spearman in an army who used it to go on to be leader of the army.
Right. Interesting. It's a little light on explanation. Though it does... It looks perhaps like another thing that we shouldn't touch, and we'll leave it a mystery, shall we?
I suppose. It's interesting looking, but not particularly pretty. So you're right.
Not quite
you're
your
right.
aesthetic. Eh?
Yeah.
As you're all wandering around, Bran, from behind you start to hear a slight creaking.
Bless you. Wait, what? I turn around.
One of the swords in the sword racks is starting to wobble, and as it wobbles, there's a slight
I go over and see if there's any wind or anything.
Roll a survival check. Test for wind.
That's a 4. Oh no, wait. 18.
What?
Oh,
different.
on
Sorry,
D&D
what?
Beyond, it looks like a 4. But
Oh, I was like, what's your modifier?
it's in the corner, so it just told me it's an 18.
There is no wind. You can.
Quickly, a sword is swinging by itself. If this are my last words, then send help.
The rest of you start to be able to hear audibly the sound of things creaking, moving. And as you look around, everything is starting to become animate. None of it looks like, it's not like a sword flying across the room on its own. It looks like a sword being wielded by someone. For example, or the axe suddenly pulls itself out of the stand and is now like in a ready position.
I squeak.
Does it look aggressive?
roll an insight check on the inanimate object.
Sure.
Where's Rocky? Where's Rocky?
Rocky's with me.
That's an 18.
They're definitely being held in battle-ready poses.
Okay. I'm going to very gently kind of like try and sneak round to the side of where, like if someone was holding this axe, like sneak round to the side of where they may be and like prod the air.
Roll a stealth check to sneak around.
So, what are you doing?
That's a 16.
16. As you sneak round, you're about to go poke. The axe turns around and someone standing there has moved.
Hello. That's right. I've not had a chance to talk to you yet. Hello. Hope you're well. I hope you're having a lovely day.
The axe, like, is this someone that's holding it like flat now?
Okay.
In the background, some of the swords are starting to have little sword duels with each other.
So as you're seeing this and thinking, I mean, is it just me, or those look like they're being held?
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe I can. So I'm gonna try casting fairy fire over like an area and just kind of see if there's like invisible people or something. And I don't know.
What does fairy fire catch? Describe it to me.
Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. I would probably go for violet. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light. If it fails a dexterity saving throw.
All right. What is your save?
Ooh, 16.
16. Around these objects, most of them, a few nothing, but around most of them, you start to see the outlines of figures, and each item that is moving, not everything in here is moving, but each item that is moving has the outline of a figure actively wielding the item. And as you do this, the crown rises up off the platform as if someone is standing up wearing it. I think we should roll initiative.
That's not good.
Bran starts to cry slightly as he sees it rise up.
Oh no.
It's just like, are they ghosts? Are we in a ghost story?
Oh no.
So excited.
Oh my
Start
god.
believing in ghost stories. You're in one.
These dice in D&D Beyond make noise whenever they disappear, and it scares me every time.
All right. Soleil, you go first.
Awesome. Okay. Soleil's gonna look around, quite confused. Oh dear. Okay. Is there anything that looks like it's about to attack me or my friends?
All of these things have the potential to. The most ominous thing is this crown, just given what you, as a group, would know of beholders.
Okay.
Bad vibes.
All right. I am going to. If I do something that like has a 15-foot cube, is it gonna hurt my friends? Are they like, if I run up and get fairly close to the thing with the crown and do something with a 15-foot cube, am I gonna hit my friends?
You can position it so you don't hit anyone.
Okay.
You might destroy some of the displays.
Collateral.
Yep. I need an excuse for why the mirror is damaged anyway. It's fine.
We're not going to talk about the mirror.
I'm gonna use Thunderwave. So
That was what it was going to be.
it was either that or shatter.
Okay.
What do they need to roll?
A con save.
That is a 10.
They fail, so a thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a con save. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. In addition, unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect are automatically pushed 10 feet away from you by the spell's effect. And there's a very loud boom that's audible up to 300 feet.
You push quite a few of the display stands away.
That's
One smashes
damage.
into one of the windows on the outside.
Whoops.
How many damage?
6.
6.
And then, oh God. Okay. Since I was just walking with Swaski, I will look back at them and say, picture yourself in a chaotic museum with magical swords and secrets on the rise. Somebody heard us, we agreed quite quickly. He was a cheerful magpie. Swaski in the sky with diamonds. And then you get an inspiration die. And
That was awesome.
it was not, but it's fine. If they hate it, they can take it out. But no. And I have a thing with my inspiration die that if you fail it, you get to keep it. It's unfailing inspiration. So if the attack roll or saving throw or ability check fails, you still get to keep the inspiration.
Wonderful. And that's a D8?
Very nice.
Fabulous.
Are you moving anywhere? Are you staying where you are? You're pretty surrounded by various objects and the image of people holding these objects.
I'll stay.
Okay.
All fashionably violet.
Oh wow, this goes quite well with my outfit.
I mean, you're not violet.
Oh. Whoops.
Gemma.
Seeing all of these things start moving and seeing the outlines of people and noticing the crown, it all kind of becomes very, very obvious what needs to happen. So I'm actually going to cast a couple firebolts in the direction of the figure currently donning the crown.
So there is no figure donning the crown. It looks like someone standing up by the way that the crown's moving. But
Okay.
This person hasn't been caught in fairy fire. So you can't see.
I have a question, actually. We rolled to see how well I snuck around, but did I actually get to poke the space under the axe?
Sure, there is nothing there that you can feel.
Yeah. So Jem would have seen that, right? Skitter do that and it not touch anything. If that helps.
Okay. How much does the crown weigh?
Good question. I'm going to say it's a fairly heavy crown. So like a kilo and a half.
Okay, but not more than 10 pounds is what you're saying.
No, it is attached to a person.
For now. It could not be is the point though. Because what I'm wondering is if I could cast Mage Hand.
You wouldn't be able to. I mean, you can, but you wouldn't be able to pull it off because it is technically attached to this thing.
Okay. Darn. Well then never mind, I suppose. I will return to my previous point of casting firebolts, I suppose, at one of the figures that has already been caught in the fairy fire, probably the one that Soleil attacked, just to make it easy.
So that was the area around the crown. In terms of who you can see the figure of a dwarf wielding the axe. You can see a lot of figures wielding swords. They all appear to be fighting with each other.
Okay.
In the background, there's also the amulet that Soleil and Swaski were looking at. That you can see an outline of a person and a spear with that.
What's the worst one? Okay, the dwarf with the axe is not currently engaged with anybody else. Just
Is
has the
holding it
axe.
flat. Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna. I'd like him to not be wielding the axe anymore, because I don't want it to potentially be used against us.
Nice.
So, yeah. And I get 2 attacks. Let's see. Well, that is a nat 1.
Oh, it flies off and breaks another window.
It happens. That's okay. The accidents, it's fine. Second one is a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Okay.
He gives you sort of an affectionate pat on the leg when you're like, it's fine, it happens.
Oh, and then 15 damage from that firebolt.
Nice. Yeah, it lands into this figure, so you can see kind of the head turns towards you. And it is not quite their turn. However, the person wielding the spear with the amulet, let me just get this amulet up because it does things. I don't know why I did this to myself. What was I thinking?
We should have just taken all the items ourselves and piled in a corner.
I know, right?
What we get for trying to be sensible and not immediately putting the crown on.
I mean.
Yet.
All right. Action. Grand. They are going to run at one of you with the spear. There are 5 of you, so I'll roll d6. That is a 2, which makes it Skitter of Stones.
Fair enough. I also have a spear.
Spear party. What? Yeah. I was like, this doesn't have an axe. It's because I was on the wrong stat block. All right, that's an 18 to hit.
Oh, that just hits.
And a 15.
Is Skitter within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay. So as the spear is about to attack into Skitter, you see Brand kind of ignites. That's the best way to put it. And some of the clothing on the outside starts to burn, and you see some metal plate underneath. I'm going to use my reaction to expel a blast of hot air from my hand, and it shoots and slams into the spear. And I'm using my cloud rune to make that attack hit something else. I don't know what's around him, but attack another creature within 5 feet of him.
Is the cloud rune always active?
I use it. It's once per short rest, and I can use it as a reaction. If someone I can see within 30 feet is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker himself within 30 feet of me to become the target of the attack instead.
Do you choose them?
Yeah, I choose, yeah.
Who do you want it to hit?
Any enemy within 30 feet of me.
Okay,
I'm not really focused on that part.
I'm
gonna
right
go
next to the dwarf with the axe.
Yeah, it's going to go for the axe.
Then him, yeah.
And that is 6 points of damage. The spear swerves off course and runs into the axe instead.
Thank you.
I got ya. Once.
And looking, as far as an axe can look angry, it's raised up in quite an aggressive position. And it's gonna, Skitter, you're right there. I'm sorry.
I said hello to it. I was being friendly.
I know. And then everyone attacked it. So that's a 19.
That does hit.
And a 10. So,
Misses.
Silvery barbs.
sure. What does that do?
So whenever Slay sees the axe going after Skitter, she it says magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentarily uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. So I'm gonna be like, hey, you, and get the axe's attention, and it has to re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Yeah.
And then also I'm gonna give advantage to Skitter for their next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute.
Sweet.
So yes.
Thanks.
Nice. The reroll was an 18.
Oh, I mean, that hits.
Yeah.
I tried. But you have like advantage
fine.
later.
This battle axe swings down into you, but it's only 5 points of damage, so it.
Okay.
Sorry, it will be 6 because it's.
Axe, I thought we were friends.
There is no response from the axe.
Well.
All right. The crown. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. There's many things. All right. Could you all make a wisdom saving throw, please?
No.
Probably not.
Okay.
Absolutely
Oh, wow.
not. That's a 4.
Even for me, that's bad. That's a 13.
We are dead.
You are all
That is a
slowed.
24.
Apart from Swaski. Swaski, you're moving at normal speed. Everyone else seems to suddenly be in slow motion. What that means for you is that your speed is halved. You have a -2 penalty to your armor class and to any dexterity saving throws you might need to make. You can't use reactions. On your turn, you can use either an action or a bonus action, but not both. You get to roll again every turn.
Nat, if you wanted to use your advantage for that, you could, by the way.
That is true. I was going to save it for the attack, but actually, I think I may well. Am I allowed to retroactively, now I know what it is, use it?
Sure.
Is that,
I mean,
that
you
feels.
have it. It's fine.
Sure. No, that's first.
Just a moment of hope.
Gloss over that.
And
Whoops.
that is it. So one of the eye stalks on the head turns, looks at all of you, and then this like wave of energy rushes out over all of you, and you are all now slowed. Skitter of Stones, it is your turn.
Okay, how far away from me is the crown?
Not very far. I'd say between 5 and 10 feet.
Oh, wow, super close. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just going to turn around. That was rude. And I'm going to try, and I know there's theoretically the shape of a person there, but I'm going to try and stick the spear through the hole of the crown and see if I can kind of lodge it with an aim to yeet it away.
Roll and attack roll with disadvantage.
That's such a shame one of those was a 20. That's an 18 though.
Yeah, 18 hits.
Great. Does it do damage if I've aimed for the hole in the middle of the crown?
Well, yeah, because that's where the person's head is.
Right. I'm still confused as to whether these people are people or ghosts or what. But cool.
You can only assume that if someone is wearing the crown, their head would be in the middle. So if you poke through the hole,
Goes straight into their head.
Yeah, fine. So that's 9 points of piercing damage. I cannot switch to a bonus action, but I do get 2 attacks, so I will do another one. But I guess I've now that I've speared it now, I'm going to try and throw it. Does that do anything? Do I need to? What do I roll for that?
you could make a grapple, but again, like the way that D&D works is you can't dislodge items off people.
Yeah.
So it's not going to come off. You might move the person.
I guess actually it feels, if I've shoved the spear in it, it feels like it's had resistance, right? So it's not just like
Yeah. There's
can-
definitely
fine.
energy there.
Fine. In that case, I will just go and attack it again. Like, stab. Still with disadvantage.
Yes,
this
please.
time. Yeah, now that's
'Cause
only
you
a
can't
10.
see them. 10 still hits.
Oh, cool. Great.
It's
That
like this was a squishy person. The only thing going for them is this crown of tentacles.
We will stop them. Okay, that's maths. 11 more damage.
11. Grand.
That's enough of that.
Cast slow. Let me just roll a con save. One's fine. Second one, also fine. Slow is still up. Skitter, when you've been dealing with the cult of the dragon, have you come across any of the dragon masks? Would you have seen one previously?
Oh, if the people who maybe attacked me on the road were wearing them, then yeah.
They're generally only worn by the very top, the top 5 dragons, one of each colour, the
Then
chromatic
probably
colours.
not.
Would you have heard about them? How good is your education about Cult of the Dragon?
Not great, actually, I would say. It's a fairly new thing.
Cool. As you make this move with the axe, you catch sight out the corner of your eye, something that looks like a dragon face, and it's black.
In the in the crown or in
No, it's
another item?
It's a different item, one that you hadn't got to.
Oh,
That is now rising. It doesn't look
slightly distracted.
doesn't look nice. It's definitely been designed to make people feel afraid, and cool. That's what that does. It's gonna. Nope, that's the wrong character. No, we're not there yet. He does move up, but nothing happens. Ballo, it is your turn. Ballo, Brand.
So, not realizing that he's slowed, he starts to kind of run in slow motion. Running towards Skitter, and more of his the outer clothing kind of gets seared away, and you can now see that he's wearing what looks like it's as if it would be full plate, but it's kind of woven into the clothing itself to give him kind of a lot of protection. And he puts his hands together, and you watch as it's almost like from the top, from his hair, it glows brightly, and then shoots down his torso through his arms as he prepares to do something.
Did you drop the 5th page of
I did,
the inventory before you set yourself?
Oh,
on fire?
definitely. Well, the pages were on the floor, so I was sitting down doing the writing, and then I stood up and shouted help. But yeah, so they're still laid out nicely near the shield.
Yeah, you haven't set it on fire. What are you running towards?
I'm running kind of diagonal towards the door, but also towards the crown, and as the light kind of goes through me, it builds in my hands, and I'm going to release this wave of fire directly kind of coning my hands, specifically aiming for the crowned individual, as I'm watching Skitter just mince in its head.
Do you specifically want to avoid any of your allies? You could probably get the axe as well if you caught one ally.
No. I've probably maybe burnt them in the past and paid a lot for it. So I'll specifically kind of cone my hands narrowly and just aim for this creature. So I'm using my racial ability, Burning Hands. So he needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
No, that is a 6.
Okay, cool. So that is 3d6 fire damage, which is 13 points of damage.
13.
And unfortunately, anything flammable in that cone is
It's a magic item. It's not flammable.
Hopefully,
Hopefully, no one's holding a page too close. As you do this, can you make your own dexterity saving throw, please?
Yes.
As fire emerges from the place where you imagine this person's mouth would be.
Oh God, 8.
8. It's 18 points of fire damage. Are you resistant to fire damage?
I am. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, so halved.
Still. Okay, ow.
Wait.
It washes over me and then just like, help.
Saskia.
Yes.
Do we get to roll for the slow at the end of our turn? Sorry.
Yes, yeah. So can you both make wisdom saving throws again?
And you still have advantage, Nat, if you need it, because again, unfailing. Yeah.
It was an 11.
Is that if you're? It's because this is not inspiration. So does that still carry?
Wait, what?
So that's on your inspiration.
Oh yeah,
Does it
never
carry
mind. Sorry. Never mind. Sorry, Nat.
That's okay. That was a 17.
17 passes. Johnny?
11.
11. No, you're still snowed. Slowed. Yeah. Running in slow motion towards the door. Saskia.
Yes. So, is there some kind of check that I could make to be like, what are these? What is
Sure.
happening?
Roll either a religion or a arcana. You don't need to do it it won't take your action.
Surprisingly, I'm not great at either. 9.
I mean, the only other thing you've come across that is sometimes invisible is ghosts.
Right.
So maybe they're ghosts.
The ghosts? I guess they'll kind of reach their hand towards their tail, and their tail kind of like use their tail to hand them their bow, and kind of trace a rune on the bow, and they go into starry form as their first druid. So they will make a ranged spell attack at the crown wearer thing.
It's with disadvantage because you can't see them. Which starry form have you gone into?
Archer.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes. Sorry. It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
And you can make a ranged spell attack as part of that.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a guiding bolt bonus action, isn't it? No,
it's a specific.
Yeah, specific archer. It's still with disadvantage just because they're invisible and you can't see them.
Yeah. Okay. What if I aim for the crown? No, it's fine. Okay.
Damage the crown.
I mean, at this point, yeah.
You can't damage magic items, unfortunately. They're very hard to destroy.
No, I know.
Unless it's a mirror that you can shatter to get people out of it.
It's like, okay.
It's conveniently easy to destroy that.
There
And
we
we
go.
conveniently broke it.
I think because it's so cruel that
Okay,
there's
so that's
like
a
an easy
24
way.
to hit?
24 hits, yeah. To remove people from within
Oh, wait,
it.
sorry. It's disadvantage. Or a 22.
Also hits, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you shoot off this, is it like a bolt of light?
Yeah, so it's this kind of the whole kind of bow takes on like almost this sort of after image of like
Nice.
this kind of starry radiant type thing, and like knocked in it already is this like really bright kind of starry, it's almost like this kind of as it flies out, it's like this kind of meteor type thing that it's got
Nice.
like this dark spot and like a light trail behind it to
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bursts into this person, and for a second you can all see the outline of a person wearing quite a fancy, what looks like the outline of a fancy suit. Quite a tall, thin person.
So that does 11 damage.
11. Great. And that was your bonus action. So action?
Yes. I think they have their bow already out, so they're gonna just make another like less radiant attack there. Oh, it's only a 14 to hit.
14
Oh,
also
wait, no.
hits.
Sorry. I keep forgetting it's the disadvantage. It was a 5.
5 won't, I'm afraid.
That's fine.
You aim at where you think the person is, but it just goes slightly wide and it carries on. It does thunk into one of the people in the back that you can see fighting each other with swords. So you can roll your damage. They
Okay.
take a little hit from you.
Okay. 6 piercing damage.
6, yeah.
The first one was radiant damage. This one's piercing.
Yeah, they briefly turn to look at you, but they're very focused on this battle. And occasionally from this group of people, one of them vanishes out of sight, and you can hear them say that, "I'll get you tomorrow." Just from like the outskirts of the room. That's the only voice you've heard so far.
Right.
Now, the creature wearing the mask is going to turn towards all of you. Could you make me wisdom saving throws? Sorry.
Oh no.
One's wisdom as well.
Why is it picking my weakness?
Oh, sorry. My dice decided to
Oh no.
take a trip.
11.
15.
These dice are not loving me today.
This rolled it rolled over a 1 onto a 19 for a 22.
Nice. Nice.
Mine
nice.
did the opposite.
Oh
3.
Another 24.
Yeah. So 15 and above, you take half damage? Nope. 15 and above, you take nothing. Those of you who failed... No, sorry, you do take half damage. My bad. Right. Okay, so anyone who failed, that's 36 points of necrotic damage.
no! Holy moly.
And if you're still up, you're frightened of the creepy mask. Dragon mask.
So, 18?
18 for the rest of you. Skitter, this looks very much like a breath weapon from a dragon.
Gotcha. Is it within 10 feet of us?
I would say so.
Great. I'm gonna in the kind of surprise and panic of that. A sort of a bluish haze, like Skitter's just kind of as a reaction.
Are you slowed?
No,
Not
Oh,
anymore.
okay,
saved out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking, though. Yeah, just as a reaction, and kind of bluish haze is gonna kind of pulse out of her hand, with a telekinetic reprisal. Could it please make a DC 15 Strength saving throw? And I will remember to take 18 points of damage.
No, it's good at strength, but that's a 10.
Then it fails. Great. It's gonna take 2d8 force damage, which is 7 total, and is pushed 10 feet away from me.
It goes back pretty much bang into the glass wall. Just let me roll, because the breath catches the people you're fighting as well. Let me just roll that.
Brenda's in the process of slow-mo falling.
Oh no.
He looks very, very injured.
Oh no.
And,
You were supposed to be our hit points.
I know.
yeah, it disperses quite a lot of the mass of the axe ghost. And the crown ghost isn't looking, well, you can't see. The crown starts to like lean slightly to the side. Grand. As this happens, the sword that you were all admiring earlier swings out of the case and rushes in and is going to take a swing at the person wearing the crown.
Aha! I knew that was a good sword.
However,
That sword is our friend.
oh, steel, there we go, steel. That one hits. That one hits. That one hits. As this person swings the sword out, you can't see the person, but you can see the sword swinging. The crown falls to the floor.
Oh.
Yes, sword friend, you are having a good day. I can tell.
The sword, if it can look perky, it would. For an animate sword. Slay.
Okay. I'm still slowed, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna turn and look.
no. Oh, no, the crown has dropped to the floor. None of you are slowed anymore.
Cool.
We have hope.
I'm going to run to Brand and grab him by the shoulders and shake him and say, "Get up, get up, get up." And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds as I'm violently shaking.
Yeah. You kill me with a shake.
That is, 15 hit points.
I've just tripled my health.
Very nice.
Wow.
Sorry, I cast the second level by clicking on the second level spell, so I guess that's why that was so many. I was like, wait, that's a lot. But yeah, that's why. I used the second level slot. But anyway, and Then let's see. I am. I'm
Stop
gonna.
shaking.
Oh, well, that won't help. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna look over at. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna save that. Never mind. I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You give some hit points back to Brand, which he desperately needed. Gemma.
Yes. Okay, so the mask is still
It
mask is moving. It's okay. And we cannot see the outline underneath the mask, correct?
Let me roll. Oh no, you can see the outline of that spiky, almost like a scaled exterior.
Okay. Fantastic.
Definitely has a snout under this mask. The mask is has room for a snout. Small snout. It's really hard to describe things just by silhouette.
Yeah. Fair. Well, knowing that I can see it, I'm going to grab a couple more motes of fire and cast Firebolt by chucking these motes in its direction. Hopefully I don't break another couple windows. And really, if I was smart, I would heal myself. But at this point, it's like, well, okay. But I could also just try and kill it before then. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Sure. I feel you. I feel you.
19 for the first.
19. That will hit.
And 24 for the second.
Also hits.
Whew. The first one hits the fire mote. I chuck it. It erupts for 13 damage. And then while he's kind of taken aback by the blaze, the other one comes in and hits him square in the chest for 16.
Very nice. Yeah, already pushed back against the wall and now just even slightly further into the wall.
Good.
Any bonus actions?
Not a bonus action, but technically I can have Rocky chuck a stone in his direction too.
Go for it. We love Rocky.
Go, Rocky!
We love Rocky.
Is it one of Rocky's arms, or is it like another stone?
It's so he doesn't chuck his arms, but there are like little kind of like auxiliary stones that he'll just kind of like grab and then just chuck, knowing that he will go and collect them later and then just Gemma will reattach them.
Yeah.
But this is where the game of fetch started, right? He had to go get the pieces that he threw. So let me go ahead and make that roll. I'm so sorry. I need to do this. Okay. And his +4 for him, so it's going to be -1 to this, whatever this is. So 11 to hit?
11 won't hit. So the stone skitters past the person and smashes into the window, which cracks ever so slightly.
Well, it happens. He doesn't have eyes. How's he supposed to aim? It's fine.
You keep doing you, Rocky. Keep trying.
He's gonna.
The axe. After you said, but I was nice to you, and now the sword person is nearby. I think let me roll a wisdom saving throw and see. Oh no.
Come on, Axe. Be a friend.
I'll give him advantage because nope. And momentary hesitation, and then he's just going to swing out again. You've almost like so you're going to roll for it. Yes, I know that he's using my microphone. 1, 2, 3. Gemma. This axe is swinging towards you. 24.
Unfortunately hits.
which is 11 points of damage.
Oh. Uh-huh. I did not have that many before that attack.
Oh, so you go down.
I do.
Yeah, it swings into your shoulder and finds like a crack and knocks you to the floor, unconscious. Rocky kind of leaning over
I
you.
took a calculated risk, but I'm really bad at math.
For a second attack, it's going to turn to someone else because, you don't hit people when they're down.
Exactly, it's rude.
And that is Skitter of Stones again.
It's fine. I was coming for it anyway.
It's not doing super well. However, that is a natural one. It swings for you, but you move yourself out of the way.
I think it misses because Skitter kind of bends down to go, Jan, are you okay? And just like ducks under it, just in time.
Amazing. And as you look up, it is your turn.
Then I'm immediately going to be like, that was very rude. And just stab it with my spear.
Please do.
Oh, it's not great. That was a 14.
14 won't hit.
Okay. Is there anything? So we've got axe. We've got the dragon mask. Is it further away, but in the same kind of direction? Or is it a completely different direction?
I'll say they've lined themselves up nicely for you.
Mm-hmm. And are any of my allies in that, say, 20-foot cone?
No.
Or 30-foot line?
Nobody's in between the dragon and the axe at the moment. You're all pretty much behind the axe.
Cool. So she's gonna thrust with the spear, but as she misses, turn around. So it kind of palms it off into her left hand, and with her right hand, kind of puts it in front of her mouth, and just does a kind of like a spread action with her hand, and just breathes out a big cone of. I'm gonna go with. See, it's an axe and a mask. Well, the fire damage seemed to do it all right before, so big cone of fire.
What do they need to roll?
They need to roll a dex saving throw. Dex. 15.
The axe passes, so half damage.
Axe. Yes.
And the dragonborn fails 12.
Okay. I mean that's 9 damage for the fail and 4 for the pass.
Okay. Yeah, you see it burn into both of them. They can't catch on fire because they're ghosts, but if they could, they might have.
Cool. And then as a bonus action, she's already kind of half planted the spear, and I'm going to flurry of blows. I'm going to use the spear to just do a little swing and kick with it towards Axe. Axe, yep. Not friend. So that's a 17 on the. I get 2 with flurry of blows, right?
You do. 17 won't hit, I'm afraid.
This axe.
We're in plate mail.
Okay, well, the second one will also not. Do I just bounce off it?
Yeah. A surprisingly firm mass in front of you.
What are you made of?
Brand.
After being shaken back to my senses, I just give Soleil a pat on the cheek and I say, I guess it's time for some stabby. And I'm going to pull out my trident, and then with my offhand, I draw out my longsword. So I'm dual wielding them. And then I'm going to, I'm going to start moving as if I'm slowed, realize I'm not slowed, and just start sprinting towards the dragon mask. And then as I get close, I'm going to start attacking it.
Please do.
Please let me. I need to, how do you...
Is Bran within 30 feet of me?
Of you? Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna roll. I'm going to use my will to add a 3 to your attack roll.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
So as I start running forward, my first attack is going to be to throw the spear at this creature.
The trident.
The trident, yeah. I don't know why I said spear. I had trident in my head.
That's fine. Go for it.
Throw the trident. That's a 16 plus 3, so 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
That will be... I think it's the 1d6 for throwing, isn't it? It's 1d8 if you're wielding it two-handed, so that's 8 points of damage.
8. Yeah. Trident, obviously goes into something, but then clatters to the floor.
Yeah, that's fine. So as it's falling, I'm going to kind of slide to a stop in front of it, grab the trident, and then kind of very skillfully let it roll across my shoulders, and then kind of strike him with it again with my second attack. That is a 21.
21 also hits.
All right, so this time, as I kind of let it kind of roll across my back and then strike into him again, as the trident, head of the trident hits into this creature, there's an explosion of fire from my right hand, and these thick chain-like fire coils just ricochet from the point of impact and attempt to snake its way around this creature and restrain it. That's using my fire rune.
Yeah.
So it needs to make a strength saving throw. Which I know it's good at.
That is a 20 non-natural.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Then the fire restraints just disappear.
It still does the damage, you just don't restrain it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
You get the extra 2d6.
Wait, where's the check gone? Did I roll the damage on the... I didn't, so I'll roll the damage on the trident first, which was another 1d6. Roll 2. There you go. So that would be 6 plus 8, so 14 points of damage with that one.
Yeah, grand. Yeah, you can see they're starting to hold themselves slightly differently, like the way that someone who's tired and hurt holds themselves, but still right there in front of you.
I'm gonna growl under my voice and say, "I said stabby, stabby," and then I'm gonna action surge and do the same thing again.
I love an action surge.
Nice.
You tell him.
This time, I'm going to strike with my longsword first in one hand, in my main hand, and then I'm going to bring the trident down into its head area. So that's a 19 to hit.
19 hits, yeah.
So that is another 8 points of damage.
This has very "you wouldn't like me when I'm angry" vibes.
Yeah, yeah. He's fully glowing a light at the moment. The remnants of the the scholarly clothes are just gone, and he's just left with that plate armor.
Expensive getting mad for you. You have to buy a whole new set of clothes.
I know, right? Yeah. And that's 22 with a longsword.
22 also hits.
Which is max damage, 12 points of damage.
Well, as you slash through,
I'm sorry.
The mask also falls to the floor.
I'm just there just start stabbing it again with the trident. Stupid bloody mask. And that's my turn.
As you do this, everything around the outskirts of what you've been doing seems to be attacking each other and haven't really paid attention to you. The sword that you can't see the person who's wielding it is going to move over and kind of hover near the axe, and you see the axe slowly put the axe down. Gemma is still in death saving throws, but Soleil, you'll go before then.
Cool. So am I going right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It appears to be calming down in this area.
I'm going to run over and once again shake Gemma this time. Gemma, no, get up. And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at second level again. So that is 12 health.
Gemma, you come back to life with Soleil shaking. This probably has happened before.
You need to, oh my God, thank you, but also, can you have a nicer way to do that?
I'm just helping you snap out of it. Goodness, so ungrateful.
It's not snapping out of anything. I was dying. Oh,
Well, now you're not dead. You're welcome.
thank you. Thank you.
There are a few items scattered on the floor that you could like pick up and try and put somewhere safe. So there's the crown, there's an amulet, there's the axe is still being wielded, but it doesn't look aggressive. There's also the dragon mask, slightly further away. But if you wanted to, you could like gather them and maybe try and retreat into the back room.
I'm gonna go over and kind of approach it slowly, and then just very curiously pick up the mask and take a good look at it.
You get like a shiver down your spine.
Gemma, Brand, I think you need to have a look at this.
Take it into the back room, gather whatever else we need, and then let's retreat. Please.
We'll grab the amulet.
As we walk past the sword, be like, do you want to come with us?
The sword is standing like protectively between all of you and the axe.
Thank you.
Can I grab the shield? I'm just afraid. Like,
Sure.
please don't hurt me.
The shield is one of the things that hasn't moved. There's a couple of things.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
The paints in your pocket never moved. The armor, the big suit of armor, that hasn't moved either. Those things seem to be not inhabited by these ghosts.
I wouldn't be able to quickly pick up the massive suit of armor, though. So
Roll a strength check. Or athletics, if you're proficient.
I mean, I'll take the shield if you need the hands.
that would be 4 plus 7, so 11. I think it would be the shield would be the thing that would be like protecting me from all of its harm.
You go to pick it up and you get like the top half, but that's.
I love that.
Just the torso. The legs are still there.
Yep. And you can retreat into the. Sorry, Lila.
No. I was wondering if the crown had that been put back on its place or just clattered.
It fell to the floor. I'm assuming that you've kind of gathered it, unless you're just leaving it.
Kick it into the room with us, but don't touch it.
I'll pick it up with the spear, with the end of the spear.
Yeah. So you can take your treasures, and half the armor of invulnerability, into the back room and close the door. There are things moving in here. They're all inside crates, so you can hear them rattling, but nothing is like actively doing things in this room. But it's not peaceful because you can hear all these things rattling in crates.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weirdly, them being in crates doesn't really make me feel better about the situation. Might be even more unsettling.
And as you retreat into this room with the things to try and figure out what is going on, and you probably survived your first night, that is where we're going to have to end this session and pick up next time.
We almost had 2 casualties on our first night. It's going really well.
It's going great. It's, you weren't lying when you said that your games are very, very dangerous.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm at nearly half my health. So I'm like, okay.
Dangerous? You mean
Bonus time.
exciting?
Both.
Almost got trapped forever in a mirror.
Yeah.
The ultimate punishment for a bard.
I rescued a bugbear. Okay, that's the way I look at that.
That's the
Gurka's
that's
just
the story you'll be telling.
Gurka's just dying to be a player character in a different campaign.
Yes. Well, I don't know where I'm going.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this evening of D&D. I hope you enjoyed the chaos. I think we're living up to the title. If you enjoyed tonight, we're playing every Monday, starting at 6 p.m. GMT. And we also have games on Tuesdays, which is currently Warriors of Waterdeep, also at 6 p.m. GMT. And if you like us, you can also join us on Fridays at 6 p.m. GMT for our talk show, where 2 people from our group talk to each other about TTRPGs. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg and archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There's also podcast versions available. I should have said that at the top, and I didn't. I need to add it back into my script. So if you prefer listening to us rather than watching us, you can find us on basically every podcast provider by searching for Altogether RPG. Once again, a massive thank you to our D20 Club. We really do appreciate all of your support, and do check them out if you fancy joining us. And massive thank you to our sponsors, Hero Forge, Elderwood Academy, and Ultra Pro, and to our supporters, D&D Beyond, Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms, Warriors of Waterdeep, and Level Up Dice. We will be back next week for more chaos. I'm anticipating levels of chaos only rising from this point, so we'll see how it goes. But yes, we'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone. Bye.